Okay, so if you are working on the absolute value and opposite section, we're going to do both of them in this video, but we're going to do them one at a time. So absolute value is a number's distance from zero, meaning how far away is this number from zero. Your answer is always going to be positive. So if you look at our examples here, it says the absolute value of 4 is 4, and the absolute value of -4 is 4. So both numbers are 4 away from 0. It doesn't matter which direction they went. Remember that we have been calling these little bars the absolute value bars. These are like our number shower, meaning doesn't matter if our number goes in clean, positive, or dirty, negative. When it comes out of the number shower, it is always clean or positive. So I did the first one here for you. It said the absolute value of 6, and we know that the absolute value of 6 is positive 6 because it takes 6 steps to get from 6 to 0. If I'm looking here at the absolute value of -3, I ask myself how far away is -3 from 0, and it is just 3. It's 3 steps away from 0. So you'll notice my problem here started out positive, my problem here started out negative, but both of my answers are positive because the absolute value of a number is always positive, always. So for this section here, this is just like we've been practicing in class for the past couple weeks. You have a set of numbers, you need to put them on a number line. So A is at +2, so I just go to +2 on my number line, label it A. Please pay very close attention here. Okay, this is the absolute value of -5. So I need to solve for the absolute value before I put this number on my number line. So what is the absolute value of -5? It is just 5. So I put B at the absolute value of -5. Okay, and then go ahead and plot C and D and we'll be done. Now for this section, opposites. Remember, opposites are the same number with the opposite sign, meaning it's just the same number. If it was positive, the opposite is negative, and if it was negative, the opposite is positive. So the answer to this is not always positive. Opposites have the same absolute value. For example, 5 and -5 both have an absolute value of 5 because they're both 5 steps away from 0, but they are not necessarily always positive. So I did the first one here for you. The opposite of 6 is -6. And then if I look here, let's do this one. The opposite of -5 is 5. So for this section here, we need to label numbers on a number line. For here, just make sure you're paying attention. B is asking for the absolute value, so you need to solve for the absolute value before you plot it. And C is asking for the opposite, so you need to identify what is the opposite of 6 and then plot that for C. So take your time, go slowly to make sure that you're plotting things in the correct place.